Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another setting of Rage Across New York as a quite a newcomer to the set of the Green. He's making his way to the Shrine of Unicorn. He, after having talked to a few members of the sept, he spent the entire day in the training grounds. This guy was born under the. This guy was born a Fenris and still very much smells and looks like a Fenrir. But because of history, let's say, this guy has decided to follow Unicorn, and he was told to meet another one at the shrine, and he'll be making his way there quite tired after more than 12 hours spent at the training grounds, just going off at the dummies, and he'll make his way there, puffing, breathing, and he'll look around for the man that he was told to meet.
At the at the Shrine of Unicorn, he'll find Will. It's Umbraside, where he would have said.
Okay.
So he can just talk more easily. And he'll see Will, and he will see Will, I think, for the first time. Well, he might not recognize Will because he looks like a tree spirit.
Okay. If it's an Umbraside, Simon himself doesn't look different, but in New York, this is summer, and around him, it looks like it's winter. There's a lot of like very cold and stormy winds around him, and when you see him closer, you see a few clouds that are extremely low. In fact, they are just below him, and they are when you look closely as he comes closer, you see a few that seem to form in the clouds that follow him.
Yeah, upon seeing him, will actually just kind of like put a hand up and wait for him to come over.
He'll come over. Hello again, Raya. We were in the Tellurian before, so you didn't meet him, but this is a was granted at my birth to protect me. What my birth tribe refer to as a storm spirit. They can he can heal me as much as he can the enemy. But and he'll smile and smirk. He's not too fond of outsiders, members that are not of the Fenrir.
Well, what a useful friend to have. And will in spirit speech greet your Newman.
Yeah.
And
You'll probably see the Newman like greet him, but be kind of grumpy about it, like, yeah, well, sure, whatever. Freaking child of Gaia, blah 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 and shit. And Simon will just sigh. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot. I was born in the Fenrir, and I was raised as a Fenrir. There's a lot that I'm proud of, but and he'll just sigh. History has taught me that Unicorn has ways that today in particular, in a way, in days that the war is looking so dim, Gon might have a way to lead us. And you see when she says that, there's kind of emotion behind it. You okay?
Well, yeah, it's good to have some more followers of Unicorn on the set.
Yeah, as I've been told, there aren't too many of us.
And also, just call me Will, none of this Raya nonsense.
So out of character, what was that? I didn't hear. I didn't catch
She
all of
said,
that.
just call me Will, none of that Raya nonsense.
Okay, Will then.
So, where Will doesn't looks not awkward, but a little bit like like he's not really sure what to say. So you're an Arun as well.
Yeah, I was bred as a warrior and told I was going to be a warrior for most of my life. But and he'll look at Will. Did you? I mean, I know I had the, and he'll stop. I'm not sure you can call it a privilege, but well, did you grow up knowing about us?
No, I didn't actually. I was had my first change under a year ago, and that was the first I knew that I was a werewolf.
Say, yeah, I can't imagine in my life what that would be like. My whole life, I knew that I was Garou, and my entire family told me that I was going to change one day. I'm not sure they quite knew it was going to be on graduation.
On graduation?
Yeah, well, and he'll like look down, scratch his neck, you know. Always kind was kind of a quiet kid, and you know how high school is. Picked on me, and they I had my first change. They were dicks and bunch of assholes, but not sure they quite deserved what I did to them in the end.
Yeah, first changes aren't easy, and it's our job to make up for them. If before we go to our ancestral homelands, we save more lives than we take, then, well, that's something maybe.
I'll say, oh, small nod. I mean, I've lived to acknowledge what I do. I did it, but I'm not. Oh, I mean, it was my first change. I killed people. I'm not exactly proud of it, but there's worst thing happened in my life.
So, how come you chose Unicorn's Tribe over the Fenrir?
He'll look around. He'll look down, like he'll put his like rub his face. There's a long story. There's a long version and a short version. Which one do you want to know?
How about the short version for now, and we'll have the long one later over some drinks.
My brother um, my brother turned to the worm, and it was because of the way of of my birth tribe, because of how rough they were, and because of punishments that involve death. I get that. Believe me, I get that. When we make a when we make a mistake, we deserve to be punished. But I realize that if we kill each other, that only takes warriors away from Gaia. Because either that person dies or, like my brother did, someone that I looked up to my entire life. He was my brother, but I've seen I've seen twins that didn't have the connection we have. I've seen mothers and daughters, fathers and sons that didn't have the connection we had. And in the end, because of what happened to him, he turned to the worm. I decided that I would do whatever I could. I would keep fighting as a Fenrir does, but I would also fight against their ways, their strict ways, against the ways that say that you have to kill other Garou. I would fight against those ways so that the Garou nation could survive and win the war that we are fighting.
Well, nod.
And he'll nod and say, the den mother has told me that her mother had turned to the worm. I know what it's like to lose a family member and to have them turn to the worm. And he'll look down. It's not something that is easy. It's a doubt. You don't only doubt them, but you doubt yourself. Why couldn't you be there to stop them? Why couldn't you be there to make sure they kept on the right way?
Blaming yourself is just aiding the worm. He wants us to be divided and feel guilty, but in the end, we need to move forward.
Hillside says, there's more to it, but you asked for the short version, and he'll smile.
I understand. So, tell me, what does unicorn mean to you?
To me, unicorn, and he'll smile, especially as an Arun, as a full moon. People might say that our auspice means nothing to unicorn, that our auspice is useless to unicorn. But in a nation like the Go Nation, how else? Well, I am one that takes my birth set both as a blessing, as a curse. I know it will be hard for my people to understand what I did, but when I do, I want to make them understand that I can fight with their bravery, with their passion, a Fenrir, but still fight for peace, still fight for unity, still fight for something that means that the Garou nation needs to stand as one instead of against one another. I think if I can show that to the other tribes, maybe they will see the way of Unicorn. Maybe they will see that fighting as one will be much more useful than fighting as one sometimes, and then sometimes running our forces against each other. We need to let him think for the words. We need to gather our fury, our anger. We need to gather them and use them against the worm instead of on each other as other tribes seem to do.
Yeah, you're right. I think also, for me, and I know not all followers of Unicorn feel this way, but the nation, there's something sick and something wrong in it. You know, we spend, like you say, so much time fighting ourselves and so much time dedicated to internal struggles and battles, deciding who's dominant. You know, we see these things throughout our history. The wars of rage is lands by the European Garou. I believe that Unicorn wants us to lead a better way. He wants us to change. That's why I don't like people calling me Raya, especially not people I'm close to.
He'll nod. Well, we all each have our ways. What I'm dedicated to is to stop punishment rites that lead to death. I don't think that can ever be right. I lost my brother. I lost the person that was dearest to me because of that. And in the end, we wanted him to honor, and that wasn't even reached. He turned to the worm. What good can such rites do? Rites that do nothing but ensure death.
No, I agree. You push people too hard, or push them, isolate them, act prejudice towards them. You make the nation an inhospitable place when it should be their home and it should be a place that supports all our kin. And yeah, his arms.
Yeah.
There are people on Sept who I'm sure you'll meet. They call themselves traditionalists or conservatives and all sorts of other stupid names.
Yeah, there's it helps Mount, and there's a pack full of them, isn't there?
Yeah. They always want to level the harshest punishment, always want to be the first to point out others' failings. Now they have plenty of failings of their own, and when they get punished, they still sulk like cubs.
Hellside. That's what I'm. That's one thing I don't get. When Garou point out one's failings, I get that does something that's needed to do, but they concentrate only on the wrong the people in front of them have done, and seem to completely forget the wrong that they the wrong that the tribe and even they themselves as an individual have done. They judge people as if they never made a mistake.
Yeah, well, Nods, your new concept, chances are they'll try and throw their weight around with you, lord it over you, make you submit in humiliating ways. It's up to you how you deal with that.
The sept I was born in was one of my tribe, one of Fenrir. I'll try to deal with it. I'll try not to punch them, but maybe I'll smirk. I'm not promising I will achieve that.
All smiles, smirking as well. The truth catcher seems to think any form of violence or confrontation is somehow going against Unicorn's edicts. In my opinion, pulling a knife out of a wound can sometimes hurt the patient, but a wound can't heal if you don't pull the knife out. Sometimes justice and peace, a fair society where there's no conflict, you need to break down the old society. The nation is sick and things need to change. When maybe some form of feudal system worked for years, but not anymore.
Lord. Yes, I'm sure we'll work together at seeing what is wrong and what is right, but I don't think everything our nation is taught us, it teaches us is wrong, but not everything it teaches us is right. We need to come together as a nation, not only as the children of Gaia. We need to come together as a nation of Geru, and decide together what we can keep, what needs to be ridden of to win this war. That, well, I hate to say it, but for now it looks like we're losing it. But I'm not losing hope.
No, you're right. We are losing. Absolutely. The nation's weak. People saying that, but we are. We're not strong enough to be doing what we're doing, which is defending Gaia and destroying the world. So we're weak, and we need to be strong. And to be strong, the easiest way would be for us to unify, modernize. I'm not saying we'll become glass walkers, but yeah.
Yes, you're not.
Democracy. Look at the strongest countries in the world. The strongest countries aren't those with dictatorships and oppressive laws. They're those that allow people freedom and thought and treat their citizens correctly and encourage them, don't oppress them. If we could do that for the nation, then we would have a better nation. I believe.
You're not.
But remember, these people that call themselves conservatives are actually just selfish pricks. And if they give you shit, well, there's one language they understand, and you're an Arun. And he'll shrug. So there you are.
Yeah, you're not. I know all about that. They were quite conservative conservative back home. I'm happy to see they're more open here. But yeah, back home,
Yeah,
well,
we'll see.
it was strange. Not only were they conservatives, but they were like 20 something of us. They were less than 30 of. They were the less than 30 Guru altogether. Small place.
Oh, do you need a rundown? Has a guardian shown you around the Sept? Told you the rules?
I've been looking around, but I don't exactly know what's what. I've been spending a lot of times in their spending a lot of time in the training grounds, and I know what their where their cub cabins used to be, which now are pack cabins, and I know where their well, obviously we're around the shrines now, so I know where the shrines are, but the rest I've kind of been walking around and guessing.
I'll show you, and we'll get up. And yeah, he'll take you on a tour. He'll show you the edges of the Bourne. He'll explain the various places. He will, show you where to go. Take you to the heart of the cairn. He'll talk to you about the Sept's totems. He'll talk to you about the Sept's standing rules and standing orders. Yeah, and he'll basically show you around, and he'll kind of explain a bit about New York and explain, like, don't go to Staten Island, how there is another cairn out on the edge of the kind of on the edge of the city, the tree cairn. And yeah,
Okay.
he'll keep you up to date with current things going on about how the Weaver has basically been spreading its webs and how we're trying to fight back against that.
Okay.
How spirals have become an issue recently, although we've been killing plenty. And yeah, he'll basically do that.
Also, something I'm not sure, like both in and out of character, is Yggdrasil still a thing?
Yggdrasil has been moved and is now in a sapling form outside the Children of the Spirit Wilds cabin.
Okay, so
actually, if you're a Fenrir, he would take you to that, and he would say, yeah, this is an incarnate of a legend spirit Yggdrasil.
Okay.
That we basically saved.
So yeah, he'll follow. He'll keep quiet for most of it and just listen, and then at the end he'll say, well, thank you, Will. Our meeting is one of, well, to be honest, you're the second child of Gaia I have ever met. There was only one other back home, and it has been quite eye-opening for someone born from another sept like me, from another tribe like me. I hope to see you again, and I hope that we will be on a mission together.
Definitely. And yeah, my advice would be just get involved with things, get to know people. There are plenty of packs on Sept. I wouldn't join the Seekers. They're just dicks.
Yeah, he'll nod.
Pleasure in tormenting people.
I'm still to meet Teresa and her pack, but
they're good people.
And I've met you in your pack, but well, you're already Narun, but not sure, but well, I'll take time to know what I want, but the Den Mother and I seem to. Yeah, he'll say nod. Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, I would still need to get to know more the other members and even Chloe more, but uh, Hera's redeeming his daughter, and I seem to share at least that the fact that we both lost a member of the family to the world, to the worm. That's not much to go with, but I mean that's a hint so far.
Good people. She's about as close to me as a non-pack member can be. But yeah,
He'll
get
smile
stuck
and
in, prove
he'll
yourself.
smile and
I'm sure the plan.
he'll smile and nod. She seems to be very caring, especially for one that grew up knowing.
Yeah, she's good people.
And he'll
Yeah,
nod.
get stuck in.
And he'll nod. He goes, so I'll go back to training. And he'll take a few steps back and
Sure.
then go to the training grounds.
See you, Simon.
And with that,
By
if
the
you
way,
have nothing,
the Shrine for Black Unicorn. He'll just tell you what the Shrine of Black Unicorn is
okay.
if you're interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will be all.
Okay, well, thank you players for playing and thank you watchers for watching. Good night.